The Mossdale Caverns tragedy, the 1967 disaster beneath the Yorkshire Dales. In the rolling hills of the Yorkshire Dales, hidden beneath layers of limestone, lies one of the most challenging and hazardous cave systems in Britain, Mossdale Caverns. Known for its extensive network of narrow tunnels, subterranean rivers, and deep, water-filled passages, it has long been a site of fascination for expert cavers. However, the caverns also harbor an inherent danger, their unpredictable nature making them a formidable test for even the most experienced explorers. On June 24, 1967, a group of 6 young men ventured into this underground labyrinth, eager to push the boundaries of exploration. What began as an ambitious journey into the depths of the earth soon turned into a desperate struggle for survival. Their fate remains one of the darkest tragedies in the history of British caving, a harrowing reminder of nature's unyielding power and the risks that accompany human curiosity. The expedition was led by Mike Boone, an experienced and well-regarded caver, accompanied by 5 others: John Ogden, David Adamson, Terence Browning, William Frost, and Neil Moss. Each of them shared a deep passion for caving, drawn to the challenge and exhilaration of underground exploration. They were skilled, knowledgeable, and prepared. Yet, as history has often shown, nature can be unpredictable and merciless. Their goal was to push deeper into the labyrinthine passages of Mossdale Caverns, mapping new routes and studying the geological formations. The conditions were already treacherous. Tight spaces, flowing water, and low oxygen levels made the journey physically demanding. But what they did not anticipate was the impending storm that was forming above them, one that would seal their fate before they could ever resurface. With their helmets secured and ropes fastened, the team descended into the cavern. The transition from the surface to the underground world was immediate and stark. Sunlight faded, replaced by an eerie darkness, illuminated only by the beams of their headlamps. As they maneuvered through the winding passageways, the atmosphere grew increasingly oppressive. The tunnels were tight, the air damp, and the only sounds were their own breathing and the distant trickle of water running through the rocks. It was a world that few ever saw, a hidden domain of twisted stone corridors, underground rivers, and chambers carved by nature over thousands of years. Yet, in their exploration, the cavers remained oblivious to the storm brewing above. Heavy rain had begun to fall, and its consequences would soon become catastrophic.
While the cavers pushed further into the depths, the Yorkshire Dales above them were being battered by torrential rain. The water, unable to be absorbed quickly by the rocky terrain, began seeking paths of least resistance, one of which was the very cave system they were exploring. As the rain intensified, streams swelled, and water cascaded into the caverns. Unseen by the team, the tunnels were slowly beginning to flood, transforming what was once a navigable passage into a death trap. The cave's natural drainage system, already burdened by the existing water flow, could not keep pace with the downpour. A catastrophe was unfolding beneath the earth, and the cavers were running out of time. Deep inside the cavern, the team soon noticed something alarming: cold water trickling through cracks in the rock, a sure sign that the tunnels were taking on excess moisture. At first, it seemed manageable, but within moments, the trickle became a steady flow. Then, the flow became a torrent. Panic set in as they realized the gravity of the situation. Water was now surging through the cave at an uncontrollable rate, rapidly rising and filling the narrow passages. The force of the flood was relentless, making it nearly impossible to navigate. The walls, once solid and navigable, were now closing in with an unstoppable current of icy water. Mike Boone and 2 others were fortunate enough to be in a passage close to the entrance. With seconds to spare, they managed to scramble to higher ground and escape, emerging from the cave soaked and gasping for air. But the remaining 6 were trapped, separated by an impassable wall of water that had engulfed the tunnels. Inside the cavern, the trapped cavers fought to find refuge. They retreated to a small air pocket, but the water showed no mercy. The current was too strong, and the exits were gone. The realization that there was no way out must have been unbearable. Above ground, rescue teams gathered as news of the disaster spread. Despite their best efforts, the sheer force of the floodwaters made entry impossible. Every attempt to reach the trapped men was thwarted by the cavern's unyielding conditions. Days passed, and hope faded. The decision was made. Mossdale Caverns would remain their final resting place. The entrance to the flooded passages was sealed off, forever entombing the 6 young men beneath the earth they had so passionately explored. The Mossdale Caverns tragedy remains one of the most devastating events in British caving history. It serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictability of nature and the risks of extreme exploration. Today, a stone memorial stands near the entrance, a silent tribute to the young men who never returned. Though their story is one of tragedy, it is also a testament to the courage, determination, and adventurous spirit that drives humanity to explore the unknown. Their legacy endures in the lessons learned, the safety measures implemented, and the unwavering respect for the forces of nature that should never be underestimated.